All right. Today, we're going to tackle a concept that, let's be honest, trips up pretty much everyone: discipline. But we're going to look at it in a completely new way. We're going to move away from this whole idea of just having willpower and shift towards building a system that's way more powerful and, frankly, way more reliable.
So just think about this for a second. Have you ever set a goal for yourself, maybe to hit the gym more, eat better, learn something new, only to fall off the wagon a few weeks later, and then that awful feeling kicks in, that feeling of being a personal failure? If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone.
And this quote right here, it just gets straight to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? We've all been sold this myth that discipline is some kind of innate trait you're just born with. That single belief is exactly what sets us up to fail before we even get started. So let's really unpack that. We're going to call it the willpower trap. It's this fundamental misunderstanding of what discipline actually is, and it's the real reason why our best intentions so often just crumble into dust.
This is the core of the trap right here. We treat discipline like it's a fixed thing, like eye color or height. You either have it or you don't. And when you believe that, every little slip-up isn't just a mistake, is it? No, it becomes a verdict on your entire character. It feels like proof that you're just fundamentally flawed, and that is a complete dead end for any kind of growth.
So how do we escape this thing? Well, it takes a pretty radical shift in how we see it. We have to stop thinking about discipline as some kind of moral virtue and start seeing it for what it truly is: a mechanical process.
Okay, this comparison on screen, this is everything. The virtue mindset tells you discipline is about being a good person, and when you fail, you are the failure. But the system mindset, that reframes the whole game. It's a process you build, so when it breaks, it's not some deep personal failing. It's just a bug in the system, and what do you do with the bug? You fix it. This little shift is so empowering because it puts all the control right back in your hands.
And let's just be really clear here. The virtue mindset is a total dead end. I mean, if you believe you simply lack discipline, what's the next step? There isn't one. You're just stuck. The system mindset, on the other hand, always gives you a path forward. And this brings us to the really fun part. Let's talk about building the machine. We're going to start treating discipline like an engineering project. Something we design, we build, and we refine, all with total intention. So here it is, our new definition. Discipline isn't some feeling you have to summon out of thin air. It is the natural output, the result of a system that you build slowly and carefully. It's the result, not the struggle.
Now, to make this really concrete, let's borrow a super powerful metaphor. I want you to start thinking of your discipline not as a feeling, but as a piece of software that you are actively developing.
And the process is actually pretty simple, but it's so powerful. First, you design the logic. That's your routine. Second, you write the code. You actually do the things. And third, and this is by far the most important step, you debug. Think about it. When a programmer finds a bug, they don't throw their hands up and blame themselves for being a bad programmer. No, they find the broken line of code and they fix it. We need to treat our habits the exact same way.
If the whole software thing doesn't click for you, here's another great way to think about it. See your discipline as a machine. A machine isn't emotional. It doesn't run on fleeting feelings like motivation. It just runs on a process.
Seriously, think about it. A well-built machine couldn't care less if it's feeling motivated today. It just runs. Why? Because that's what it was designed to do. It was built with intention, it runs on a process, and it produces a reliable output. That is exactly what we're aiming for with our own habits.
So, as we wrap up, I really want to bring this all home to one crucial point. If you only remember one thing from all of this, please make it this.
It is never ever about being a good or a disciplined person. It is always about building a better system. Your results in life are just a lagging measure of your habits. So stop blaming your character and start debugging your system.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. Forget about trying to become a more disciplined person overnight. That's the old way. Instead, I want you to ask yourself, what is the smallest, simplest component, the first tiny gear that you can design and install in your own machine starting today?